straight ahead on the Morning Report.
That situation is like a marathon. We always say that.
Almost a month into the war in Ukraine, people in that country are running out of food and supplies. Now, some Mainers are stepping up to get people what they need.
Also head from criminal justice to carpentry. A program is helping Maine girls learn about careers in the trades. And later.
There's a real economic burden to period product access.
It's a conversation that's not always comfortable to have, but the cost of menstrual products is a serious burden for many Mainers. How one woman is hoping to ease some of that stress.
Today we get more sun, but more rain and snow on the way later this week. This is the Morning Report.
Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday morning. I'm Sharon Rose.
And I'm Lee Goldberg. Good to see all of you. If you head outside this morning, throw on a little jacket. Todd's here with the first look at the forecast. A little brisk this morning.
Yeah, we got a nip in the air again this morning. Our temps have dipped mostly into the 20s, and while there's not going to be much wind today, there's still enough this morning where it feels like 20 in Bangor, 22 in Portland, 23 in Lewiston, and just 19 degrees in Augusta. Still kind of wintry out there, folks. Dress warmly. High pressure will give us more sunshine, though, today. Tomorrow we've got our storm system. In the deep south, there's been all kinds of severe weather within the warm sector. We're not tapping the warm sector this go around. We're going to stay on the cooler side of the front, and that means cold rain and mixed precipitation throughout Maine and New Hampshire later on tomorrow and again on Friday. No problems today, though. We'll have a lot of sunshine, especially for the first half of the day. During the afternoon, there'll be some high clouds out there. The wind relaxes and we get highs in the mid-40s. Not too bad, not too bad. Kind of the pick of the week. Clear, cold start for you. You leave the house, it'll be 26. Mostly sunny, feeling better, midday 42, and we reach the mid-40s with some fading sunshine, not only because the sun is setting, but also because clouds are advancing in. I'll have the latest on the inbound storm with the rain and the snow coming up for you.
Tomorrow, it will be exactly 1 month since Russia first invaded Ukraine. A lot is still changing on a daily basis, so here are 3 things to know right now. First, the president of Ukraine says Russian forces are capturing people trying to flee Mariupol. That city has been the center of many of Russia's attacks. President Zelensky says Russian troops took 15 rescue workers. They were traveling on what was supposed to be a humanitarian corridor. Second, Ukraine still seems to be holding on to its major cities. In fact, Ukrainian forces have actually taken back some territory the Russians had previously captured. And third, President Joe Biden is planning to fly to Europe this morning. Tomorrow, he'll meet with world leaders from NATO, the G7, and European Union. President Biden will also go to Poland to talk with American troops and Ukrainian refugees.
Now, back here in Maine, industry leaders are working together to help Ukrainian families affected by the war. The Maine Tourism Association and Retail Association of Maine work together to create an effort called From Maine to Ukraine. Organizers are partnering with groups in Ukraine. They say food and clothing are 2 of the biggest needs right now. So, From Maine to Ukraine is planning to divide the relief effort between Mainers and local businesses.
One of the needs is needed clothing and warm items. So things like jackets, hats, gloves, sleeping bags are some of the items that we're going to be soliciting from retailers. But from everyday Mainers, we're going to be looking for food donation items. And that's why Maine Tourism Association has stepped up to offer their visitor centers to be collection locations.
And you can drop off non-perishable food donations at Maine's 7 visitor centers all the way up until April 1st. That is next Friday. We do have those locations posted on our website as well as our mobile app.
What were you thinking? Why wouldn't you stop?
That's exactly what a lot of people were asking after seeing this video of a car speeding past a school bus. An elementary school girl was on the bottom step about to step out onto the road when bus driver Tina DiPolito says she saw the car coming and pulled the girl back just in time. Police have now identified the driver of that car as 19-year-old Carly Rue. She is going to be fined $250. That's the standard punishment for passing a stopped bus. DiPolito says people pass her bus all too often, but it almost never happens on the side with the door.
A few seconds, that kid would have been out that door. Even if the parent was out there, that parent would have been hit too because there was only so much room. There's no reason for it. All the lights were on, the door was wide open.
DiPolito says she hopes this serves as a reminder for everyone to be more careful around school buses. Today, our News Center Maine team is joining forces with the American Red Cross to help Mainers in need of blood.
Yeah, our Hannah Yeshivi joins us from one of the 5 donation locations. This one, the Italian Heritage Center in Portland. Good morning, Hannah.
Hey, Lee and Sharon. The doors of the center are closed right now, but at 8 a.m. sharp, people will be here rolling up their sleeves to donate blood. And remember, one blood donation can help save up to 3 lives. Right now, the Red Cross is at an all-time low with its blood supply. We always hear the need for blood is constant. That's because the blood donated today has a shelf life of just 42 days. For those who have never donated blood, Mary Brent with the Red Cross says the process is easy.
What happens is that you need to arrive at the site where you're donating and you need to register. Be sure and bring a form of picture ID with you. After that, you will have to do a brief health history. This is just asking you some questions about your overall health situation. And they give what is called a mini physical. And what that means is that they just want to make sure that you are healthy enough to donate.
We've had some last-minute cancellations, so there are appointments available for many of today's blood drives across the state. If you can't donate today, you can still help by going to redcrossblood.org right now and make an appointment to give blood. And remember, each donation can help save 3 lives. In Portland, Hannah Yeshivi, News Center, Maine.
Thanks, Hannah. Coming up on the Morning Report, I'll tell you about Totally Trades. They're classes designed to help girls in Maine better understand what career options are available to them. I'll explain. Now here's Todd with one thing to know about today's weather.
Thanks, Alex. This Wednesday morning, we've got winter weather advisories that have been issued from the National Weather Service for our mountains and for far northern Maine. There's going to be several inches of snow and sleet and ice in those spots, and it starts early tomorrow morning. I'll let you know the latest in just a few minutes.
Registration is now open for Totally Trades. It's a series of virtual sessions happening this spring.
Yeah, so they're designed to encourage girls and young women to maybe consider careers that are traditionally dominated by men. Our Alex Haskell joins us more on this story this morning. Right, Alex? There you go. Those words were not in order, but you know what I mean.
I think that's right, Lee. Yeah. Hey, guys. Good morning. So the online sessions are being offered by the nonprofit organization New Ventures Maine. They're for girls in 8th through 12th grade who are considering working in the featured career sectors. 11 sessions are being offered and they're at no cost to participants. Each video is about 15 minutes long and they're pre-recorded so students can watch them, whenever they would like. They're convenient. And some job fields being highlighted in the series include criminal justice, carpentry, forestry, software engineering, and solar installation. There's also an earn while you learn session on internships and on-the-job training. Suzanne Chanel-Jandro is with New Ventures Maine. She says it's important for girls and young women to have as many career options available to them as possible, especially ones they may not think about pursuing because they're considered non-traditional careers, which are careers women are underrepresented in.
Basically, what we do is we introduce them to some information about the career and some wage information, some job growth information, what's happening with education and training in Maine related to that career. And then we try to provide some videos with women who are working in the trades or girls who are taking career and technical education programs in those career areas.
So these classes are available between April 11th and May 31st. You can register for the classes by going to that link right there on your screen. It's totallytradesmaine.org. Alex Haskell, News Center, Maine.
2 Portland-based organizations now have more period products to give out to those in need, thanks to a woman from South Portland. News Center Maine's Chloe Tebow, I'll tell you about the Collect the Cotton effort coming up after Todd's full forecast.
And the sun is nearly rising. We got some light on the horizon, but it's cold out this morning. Hats and jackets, 26, still feeling like winter. This afternoon will get better, but still probably need that jacket with highs in the mid-40s. Speaking of winter, Got some winter precip on the way for tomorrow and Friday. I'll fill you in right after this.
All right, Todd's back. It is only Wednesday, but for me, it's time to look at the weekend anyway. Just make plans, make plans. So it's
I've got big plans later this morning, though.
Yeah, you're not.
Do you?
I'm giving blood at 8 o'clock.
That's right.
As soon as it opens. And I just want to say, you guys, well, no, it's the second time I've given blood, but the reason it's been so long is it really, even talking about it kind of makes me feel like I'm going to pass out. And everyone's like, it's easy, it's easy. I know, but I can't help the way my body biologically reacts to it. But it's just, I decided to get over it because it's just too important and the need is too great right now.
That's really big of you to do. That's great.
Well, I don't mean to be making it about me, but I'm just hoping if there are other people out there who feel the same way, just kind of think about, okay, can I get through this to do the right thing? Like, as my parents told me, sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do to do the right thing. So,
and if you can do it, anybody can do it.
Right, so if I can do it, you can do it.
And don't you get like a little snack too after you don't you get like free
vanilla
Oreos?
wafers? Vanilla wafers, remember? Oh, yeah, you get those.
Vienna fingers.
Love those.
Fudge stripes, those are good
love
too.
those.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, so you're going to get a
extra
little treat.
incentive.
And maybe bring some back for us.
Okay. Okay. No,
you know
go
what?
give blood
I will
and then you can
decline
have
because
some.
it's just it's the principle there. No, she's doing all the work. She can have all 4 of the Oreos in that sleeve. Good morning, everybody. All right, the temperatures right now are pretty cold. We're down in the 20s. And while we aren't going to see much wind today, finally, it's going to go calmer. We've got enough out there to create a wind chill factor. 20 degrees, that's what it feels like in Bangor. Feels like 22 in Portland, just 19 right now in our capital. Nice ridge of high pressure still on us, so we get sunshine for the majority of the day. And then our storm moves in first thing tomorrow morning. In the deep south, all kinds of severe weather. I mean, some monster tornadoes down around New Orleans, Louisiana. We won't tap the warm sector from this. We're going to stay on the cooler side of things, and that means cold rain and also mixed precipitation in both Maine and New Hampshire tomorrow during the day. Clear, dry, cold. No precip today means driving around should be pretty easy. There'll be glare from the sun, obviously, but you got sunglasses for that. Mostly sunny midday, temps recover, feeling much better. And then this afternoon, while there's sun out there, there will also be some high clouds. I don't think they'll be thick enough to give us a mostly cloudy or an overcast sky. I think we still get filtered sunshine through it. But that's probably a pretty good recipe for a colorful sunset, those high clouds that'll be out there. So have a look for that. We might get some great color at sunset around 7 o'clock. North winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. They're your highs, pretty uniform. Mid-40s for the most part. A few spots like maybe Freiburg or Sanford get to the upper 40s. But a lot of us about 46 or 47. Even the mountains in north are doing better today. Good skiing weather today, spring skiing. Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., here comes the first batch of precipitation. At this point, there will be a wedge of cold air kind of stuck over Maine and New Hampshire. Be tough to dislodge, and it may not be at the surface, but a few thousand feet above us, which would likely be mixed precip, like a lot of sleet coming down, some pellets coming down. But it won't last long along the coast. We'll go over to rain. It'll take a little longer to erode the cold inland. It'll get steadier, too, the precipitation tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Look at this, some heavy downpours around. And that exits by Friday morning, and actually Friday afternoon's looking pretty good to me with some developing sun and highs between 45 and 50. This is a snow and sleet forecast. Up north, I see 6 inches for the county and the Allagash to about 3 inches for the western Maine mountains. 3 wet inches of snow and sleet. And then for the Central Highlands and the Oxford Hills, it's 1 to 3. And as you go down to the coastline, if there is going to be any accumulation, it'll be a thin coating that likely accumulates on grass and on decks and not on the roads. So the roads are probably in good shape, but I can't rule out slick spots tomorrow morning away from the coastline. We'll have to keep an eye out for that tomorrow during the day. Sunshine by Friday afternoon. Saturday is pretty decent. And then Sunday, we get an Arctic front. Man, it's going to be cold early next week. Highs in the 30s, overnight lows in the teens. Ugh, I thought we were done with that, but we are not. Small crafts are up, seas 2 to 3, north winds diminishing. Mostly sunny with highs in the mid-40s. Tomorrow morning, some mixed precip around, changes to rain. We'll get up to about 40 degrees. That rain tapers off Friday morning, brightens up in the afternoon. Saturday, probably the weekend pick, but Sunday's not bad either. There's only going to be a couple of showers around, upper 40s, and then so much colder early next week. Not liking that.
No. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. Now we've got this.
Yeah, you're not going to be here for it.
When I'll be in a tropical spot. We want to tell you about a woman from South Portland who's using her voice to help others and also raise awareness about an issue that a lot of people are really uncomfortable talking about.
Yeah, so the issue is the cost of periods and the fact that some people who menstruate actually can't afford just the basic items that they need. So our Chloe Thibault joins us live this morning to talk more about the Collect the Cotton initiative. Hey, Chloe.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, so a lot of conversation obviously happens about food insecurity in our state, but this is a topic some people feel is more taboo. Menstruation is a natural cycle that half of our population experiences, and it can be really expensive. That's why Ashley Morris wanted to do something about it, and over the past few years, her efforts have continued to grow.
It's amazing, it's humbling, it's definitely far exceeded my hopes and my expectations.
Most people like to steer clear of period talk, but that does not include South Portland's Ashley Morris.
It's a dialogue that needs to really happen. Again, it's just not something that's maybe comfortable for everybody to discuss.
Morris is trying to make it more comfortable with a grassroots effort she started in 2016 in Colorado. Through Collect the Cotton, she gets donations for or of pads and tampons to go to organizations that help people in need.
Hopefully by the end of this year, we'll be able to say we have donated 100,000 products.
Morris has taken her mission from Boulder to Boston to Portland, choosing to donate to the Opportunity Alliance and Preble Street in 2022. And this year's campaign was successful.
Our official number is 32,000.
This is just a small portion of the period products that were donated recently to the Opportunity Alliance.
Lily Lynch with the Opportunity Alliance says with the cost of food rising, a lot of families are making tough decisions.
There's a real economic burden to period product access, and it very often means that women are missing school or work.
An article by birth control brand Pandia Health found on average those who menstruate spend more than $1,700 on tampons in their lifetime, or more than $4,700 on pads. There's also a big demand among those in need.
In the past, I would have been able to say, this is a year's supply for us. But given the way the need is increasing right now, it's really, really hard to say.
It's why Collect the Cotton is continuing to help cut the cost.
It never ceases to amaze me when we do this, that just how much good there really is in this world.
So Joe Conroy with Preble Street says they received about 28,000 period products from the Collect the Cotton, and that's helping his team actually focus on other needs moving into spring, like sneakers and undergarments. Sharon and Lee, so if anyone would like to learn more about the Collect the Cotton effort or donate to it, they can visit Collect the Cotton on Instagram.
So great how she's stepping up and doing that. Gotta love it.
She is awesome.
Before we let you go, you have some news to share with the class.
I do. It's really sad. This is actually my last morning on the weekday morning reporting. I'm going to be moving over to Dayside Monday through Wednesday, and you might have seen if you tune on the weekends, I've been anchoring for the past few weeks, and that is permanent. So I'll be doing that, but I'm saying goodbye to Lee and Sharon. I mean, it's been 2.5 years of us working together. You hired me as an intern in 2017, so it's been a great team.
It's all my fault.
It's been
Sorry
great.
guys, blame Lee.
I will tell you, one of the hardest working women in TV news, and also someone who from day one took all feedback and ran with it. And it's just been a pleasure working with you, and we'll see you.
And when Sharon's on vacation, you'll see Chloe, so we'll see you Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
So she'll be gone for a few days.
I was going to say, anytime you guys want to take time off, please feel free. I'd love to come
So
fill
you
in.
won't be going far, and we'll see more of you. And we're going to be welcoming Hannah Yeshivi as a regular member of the morning crew. So Hannah, we're excited about that.
I'm very excited too. I have some huge shoes to fill. Chloe has been doing a terrific job, but I'm just so excited and thrilled to be part of the morning report team, and I'm already stocked up on coffee and those 2 a.m. alarms.
Smart woman. So
I'm
we're
excited.
glad you're not going far, and we're glad that Hannah will be joining us on a regular basis for sure.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Gonna miss you guys.
5 things to know to get you ready for your Wednesday. Coming right up. Here are 5 things to know to get you ready for your day. Maine Congresswoman Shelley Pingree is in Europe right now to get a better picture of what's going on with the humanitarian crisis after the war in Ukraine. Pingree and a group of bipartisan lawmakers met with Romania's Prime Minister yesterday. She also spoke with U.S. and NATO forces, including some service members from Maine. The United Nations says Romania has taken in more than 500,000 refugees so far.
Ranked choice voting could soon be allowed in communities across Maine. The House advanced a bill yesterday that would let all of the state's municipalities use ranked choice voting in local elections. Ranked choice would not be required. It would be up to each city or town to decide. The proposal now heads to the Senate.
Meanwhile, the Senate just passed a bill that could help some Mainers buy a house. Lawmakers voted in favor of a program yesterday that would forgive up to $40,000 in student loan debt for qualified first-time home buyers. It is one of several measures aimed at easing the state's housing crisis that is under consideration. Supporters of the $10 million program hope it will encourage young Mainers to stay in the state. The proposal will now head to the House.
And a quick check of COVID-19 numbers. The Maine CDC reports 4 more people have died with the virus. They also report that just 91 people are hospitalized with the virus. That's the lowest since August. Those numbers are promising, but national officials say a subvariant of Omicron is on the rise right now. The U.S. CDC says the BA2 subvariant now accounts for 35% of all COVID-19 cases. In the Northeast, it makes up more than 50% of new cases.
I'm Hannah Yashivi, live in Portland, where one of our New Center, Maine blood drive donation centers will be opening in just about an hour. According to the Red Cross, there's a blood shortage crisis right now, but the good news is you can help make a difference. Many of you have been making appointments for today at our different blood drive locations across the state. You can go to redcrossblood.org to see if there is still an appointment available near you, or you can choose another time and location convenient for you. Just one donation can help save multiple lives.
All right, one more weather check.
Let's do it. Nice day today, actually. Starting out cold, but we'll end up in the mid-40s with a lot of sunshine. Tomorrow and Friday, our next storm system rolls through. A little mixed precip out there. A lot of us end up with primarily rain out of this. It'll be cold rain, though. By Friday afternoon, we're brightening up. It's better. Saturday looks pretty good, partly sunny, upper 40s, and just 1 or 2 showers around on Sunday. So a lot of the weekend is going to be dry if you do a little spring cleaning, starting to pick up the twigs and stuff off the lawn. You know.
Maine Maple Weekend.
Ah, that's on Sunday. That's right.
For that.
So all weekend, pretty much.
Yeah, it used to be
sure.
Maine Maple Sunday,
Yeah.
but now it's the whole weekend.
Pancakes, maple syrup, my future.